Safe and sound.
Booyah!
What is up, people? What is up? What is going on? Welcome back to another episode of the O.O.C. Got my co-host in the house, Mr. Roberto. What's up, Roberto?
I'm vaping it, son.
Oh, interesting.
I haven't touched a cigarette in like
I'm busting
4 days.
Oh, good. So you're trying to quit?
Yeah. Going through that phase again.
Hey, man, it's all good, man. Better to do that stuff than smoke. I want to quit too.
But the beauty of it is with this vape, it's not like I'm smoking it all the time. Anytime I feel for a cigarette, I take 2 or 3 draws, and that sensation is gone. Until I feel for a next one, I take the next 2-3 draws. But if I light a cigarette, you smoke the whole thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that fucking taste afterwards, man.
What up, Basso? What up, Dandelion? What up, Eyes Only? What up, people? Danny Graham? What up, Drop Shop? Thank you for coming in. Much appreciated. It's great to see you guys here today. I think we got a good show. I just want to read
Dandelion. Howdy.
Eyes Only said, I've been listening to the Wakanda Forever spoiler review. Anzo and crew really got into it. It's very entertaining, but longer than the film. Yeah, the stream actually did go long, and even yesterday's stream went kind of long too. And it was a good stream yesterday too. Not yesterday. Yeah, yesterday on the Chaos list. And I think we're gonna get into a little bit more of that situation because Mark gave me a lot of things to think about. You know what I mean? And I agreed with a lot of the things that he said, right? 100%. So we'll get into all of that too. And of course, we got some. What up, Tony? How you doing? Good to see you.
Mr. Robinson.
We got some cop stuff going on for sure. Absolutely. You know that, Daddy.
Oh, I see Mr. Comic Chad is there.
Yeah, he's in the chat. He took some NyQuil. He's about to pass out. You know what I mean? So he probably just has the phone on listening while he passes out. So is what
Wish
it
I had
is.
a juice, but I gotta do some vino tonight.
Yeah, I got no alcohol either, man. I'll probably hook that up next time. You know what I mean? Get some alcohol up in here. But it is what it is. Let's get the show on the road. First off, how you doing, man? Everything good?
Yeah. Got our first snowfall today.
Oh my God, I forgot to send Danny pictures. I forgot to send him the pictures.
They did not start off right.
For real. Listen, first off, I knew we were getting snow, right? It was broadcast all week. But when I woke up and I seen it on the ground like that, I was like, damn. But it's probably not going to stay. We'll see. Tomorrow might be cold. If it's cold tomorrow, then it's definitely going to stick around for a bit, but hopefully not,
Yeah. Just glad this day is almost done.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm glad this week is almost done. Next week is the American Thanksgiving, so I got 4 days off: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's gonna be sweet.
Nice.
That's gonna be sweet. So, other than that, man, let's get into it. So yesterday on the Chaos list, we had Mark on, and we brought on Mark up to talk about Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, right? And he wasn't really a big fan of the movie. I'm pretty sure Roberto didn't see the movie yet, but it's not really about discussing the movie. He brought up points where the reasons why he didn't like the movie is because some of the way that Black people were portrayed, right? So for example, obviously Chadwick Boseman died, right? So they had to find another way to go on. But in the movie, they have a kid, right? Now, we don't know this, but they don't tell us either. but it's possible that the kid was born out of wedlock, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. He's a family man, so he wants to see black people portrayed on TV and in the movies, like, family, father, kid, mother, loving family and stuff like that. So he has a problem with Hollywood saying that, we're not getting that kind of stuff. And I have to absolutely 100% agree with him. We are
Mhm.
not getting enough of that stuff, right? So before I get into it, what do you think about it?
Well, it's a fact. More times than not, you see mixed couples now or single families. They don't really portray the black family.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And be it that's the majority, there's a lot of single moms out there. But to reinforce that stigma, you got to, put it in the eyes, put it in the ears.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about it, right, is we talked a lot about the problem yesterday. We talked about all the problems, but I'm like, what's the solution? We have the problem now. We all know the problem and we all agree on the problem, but what is the solution? Okay. So there's the recast T'Challa movement, right, where they want to T'Challa recast. We've debated Chillmonger on it, on the situation, and pretty much Chillmonger wants this movie to be banned, right? He doesn't want people to see it. He doesn't want people to support it because he feels if it doesn't make money, then they will go back and revert and do what he wants them to do, recast T'Challa, give us what we're
Good
supposed to see.
luck.
That's what I'm saying. I say it's a double-edged sword, right? It's a catch 22 because at the same time, I agree. I don't like to see, you know, they make us gay, right? Like you said, single parent homes and stuff like that. And people don't want to see that, right? We want to see, or at least give us that, right? You could do those other things as well, but at least give us the positive representation, right? And I remember on one of my shows, I asked a question. I was like, in the last 5 years, can you name a show or a movie that actually portrayed that? And the only one I could actually think of was maybe Blackish. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So we're not getting it. But
Or
how
they
do we
make it some
fix?
over comical, stupid shit.
Right, right, exactly. So the question is, what do we do to solve that? We can't ban these movies. We can't say let's not go see them, right? Because it's not Star Wars, right? You can hate Star Wars movie, and you can have a movement to ban Star Wars and Raising Dion, I haven't watched, but okay. Let me know if it's a full black family, mother, father, daughter. Maybe I'll check it out. Um, but yeah, so like I was saying, Star Wars, they make bad movies. You can say I'm banning it, not gonna watch it. It doesn't make money. They'll still make Star Wars movies, right? But when it comes to us, it's like if we ain't going to see the movies, then why the hell are they gonna make it, right? Hollywood is all about money and it's all about making a profit, right? Now, some of these movies are low budget movies that end up making some money. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, it's like they would probably not do it. Like, for example, and I was searching this out. I didn't really get to finish the research and everything I was doing, but from 1990 to 2000, we've had over 30 black movies, right? Because I seen a list that said top 30 black movies, and I'm talking about in theater, not on any streaming service or direct to DVD. I'm talking about in theater. There was a lot. Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, New Jack City. I believe New Jack City came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
New Jersey Drive, right? All these type of movies. Best Man, all these type of soul food, right? I've seen all of them. I put my money where my mouth is, and I've seen all of those movies. The ones that came out in the theaters, I've seen them all. Now it's like from 2000 to now, it's not as much. I didn't get to see the number, but I can guarantee you last year there was only six black movies, and a few of them were on streaming service, so I don't really count them, right? And I think the best movie of 2021 was The Harder They Fall, right? I watched that movie. I loved it. I think it was the best movie of that year, right? So my point is, if we're not supporting, right, we're gonna lose. So people complain and they're like, oh, I want to see the black representation and the black this and this and that. And then when it comes time that we do get them, the few that we do get, for example, Till, all right? Till came out October. Hold on, let me check the date because I have it here. October 14th. Now, obviously, it's a movie about Emmett Till, right? So you know the story about Emmett Till, right, Roberto?
Mm-hmm.
It made $8 million. Nobody went to go see the movie,
Because
right?
there's no drama in it. There's no suspense. It's a true story. And who cares about it? It's history. History don't matter no more.
We should care though. That's the
No,
thing, right?
I'm just saying how it is.
No,
I'm not
I know.
saying how it should be. Because
No, I know.
obviously,
Mhm.
we have an idea, a recollection, because during our upbringing, it was there, on educational commercials, uh, Black Black History Month. Don't make mention of it. Certain times and events, but now, when do you hear anything regarding history?
Right. Okay.
Nothing.
Here you go. You have a movie, right? That came out. So there was Till that didn't make no money, and then there was another movie that came out called The Woman King. Again,
And I saw
another
it.
black. And what did you think of it?
I thought it was an excellent movie. So did my wife. But you
There
know
you go.
what some people bitched about?
Yes.
The
Go
title.
ahead. Because
The title.
that yeah, that too. You know what else they bitched about, right? They bitched about, and this is the problem that I have, right? They made the excuse that the Woman King is not an accurate depiction of the actual tribe or whatever or what they did. And I'm like, this
It's
is
a
the
fucking
bullshit.
movie.
Right.
Did it say
And
based on a true story?
yeah, it did.
In the beginning it did? I don't remember seeing that.
In the commercials and whatever trailers, it's supposed to be based on a true story, right? Which is fine. That's not a problem. But they don't have that same energy because you can go and do a quick Google search, which I did weeks ago because I wanted to have this topic or do a video on it, right? Weeks ago. Braveheart was not accurate at all. But yet no one talks about how Braveheart wasn't accurate. So they make this excuse about this black movie, right? Not being accurate when no one said anything about
But who's
Braveheart
who's
or
making the rant
300.
about it not being accurate? Is it other black people?
There's a few because, and I love my boy Terrence. He's a brother to me. But I asked him, I said, Terrence, you gonna go see Woman King? Nah, I ain't going to see that shit. It's not accurate. He said the same thing. Right. And I think it was the day after, that's when I said, you know what, let me go research some of these things, and came up with all these movies that weren't accurate to history, but said they're based on true stories.
And blockbusters as well.
Right. People don't keep the same energy when it comes to the shit that we do. So I'm saying this: if you are sitting there crying and complaining about not seeing the type of representation that you want to see, then when we get it, you don't see it. What the fuck do you think Hollywood is going to do? They're not going to make them, right? There was a movie on Netflix. It didn't come out in theaters, it was on Netflix, but it's called Fatherhood with Kevin Hart, and it was fucking amazing. Ask people
Because
if they've seen
it
it. Not too
wasn't
many
funny.
people seen it.
Because it wasn't his comedy. It wasn't his role. They don't want to
Mhm.
support, again, anything that could gain momentum will not get notoriety. That's just the way it
Absolutely.
is. Anzo,
Absolutely.
that
What up,
Spike Lee
Lonzo?
movie that you had the pleasure of allowing me to see, that movie was fucking deep. That
Mm-hmm.
movie could send a message to people who question why we are the way we are and why things like this may happen. But do you think they want to put that out there so people can have a better understanding? No, they like it the way it is, and this is how they want it to be. The
Mm-hmm.
struggle continues.
Along said, I explained that last week. These people see it as attack on whiteness as the cause of all slavery. Exactly, 100%, 100%. I get it. That's why when Roberto asked who was saying it, I kind of paused. It's white people, but there's some black people that are saying it too. And I'm just like, what is wrong with you? Like, if you're gonna sit there and complain about this movie not being accurate, and then not complain about a movie like Braveheart or those type of movies, then you're irrelevant. You're just being biased, right? Viola Davis came out and was like, "Oh, well, if you don't go see this movie, um, you probably will never get one like this again, right? Or another movie like this again." And again, people lost their mind with what she said, but you have to understand that there was actually some truth to what she said. The reason why we had so many black movies in the 90s to 2000s is because they were profitable. The minute those movies stopped fucking making money is the minute they stopped making them. So you
But why
want to
can't you go
complain?
see a movie for the acting?
What do you
The
mean?
why can't people just go see movies to
Oh,
see people act accordingly, act properly? You see some movies has a good storyline, but the acting is horrible, and you say, if that movie had this guy in it or this woman in it, it would have been much better. You don't even hear that anymore. Everybody
absolutely.
wants to fucking dissect it. Everybody's a movie critic, a politician, a fucking whatever, and they seem to have the momentum for us to have these kind of conversations. It's
Listen,
fucking stupid.
and criticism of a movie is fine, right? Not everybody's gonna like the same thing, and I get that 100%. But it has to be valid and constructive criticism, right? If you're gonna criticize a movie for not being fucking accurate, but not criticize another movie for not being accurate, you're being a hypocrite when you do shit like that.
Not only that, not watching the movie. What are you basing
Right.
your what is your basis on? On fucking preludes?
And they address some of the stuff that people complain about in the movie, but because they didn't watch it, they don't know that, right? What up, LB? How you doing, man? Let me know if you want the link. I'll send it in to you, no problem. But
Shaolin, what up?
oh yeah, what up, JT? And I definitely told JT I'm gonna get JG, sorry, that I'm gonna have him on in the stream one time. So if you want to come on too, man, it's not a problem. Exactly. Disney executives were reluctant to do Black Panther movie for fear of it not being profitable. With it being a black cast, especially a black lead superhero, we got to support our films 100%. We can't be sitting there saying we're gonna listen. I get it. You may not like certain things in a movie, and I say this all the time. I think we focus way too much on the negative when we should be thinking about the positive, right? Regardless of what you want to say about or how you felt about Wakanda Forever, there was still a lot of positive in that movie. You had strong black women, right? You had a lot of that in that movie. So why don't we celebrate that instead of complaining and bitching and crying about what we're not seeing? It may be valid, but for us, because we got to work 100 times harder than the counterparts, right? Because we got to work 100 times harder than them. What up, K Dot? We need to start supporting them. We really do. Black Panther was an L. Hey, that's all right, man. Like I said, if you didn't like it, that is up to you. No
What does that
problem.
mean?
L me, I guess, lost. Right? Didn't
Loser?
like it. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah?
That's an L. Took an L. I liked it personally. Like I said, I liked it. I enjoyed the movie. Um, and I'm like, I understand you don't like the movie. That's fine. But to sit there and harp on the negative, the negative, the negative, when there was some a lot of positives in there, you know, that's what we should be thinking about. Emmett Till, we should be supporting that, right? Because at the end of the day, if we don't, we may not get that. And we're going to go back to being pimps, hoes, hustlers, crackheads or whatever in these movies. Because Hollywood's not going to think it's profitable for them to make these movies. You know what I mean? So at least support the movie and then give you criticism. Say you like it, you don't like it, what you don't like about it, that's fine. But at the end of the day, we've got to support them. Um, I gave money to Chadwick's College and the Children's Hospital he visited. WFK not getting my money. I'll buy 5 more Black Adam tickets. Um, I gave money to the college too when Chillmonger did the stream. Absolutely 100%. But that's not going to help with us seeing what we want to see on the big screen. That is not going to help, K Dot. we got to support these movies. If we want to see ourselves in a certain way, we have to do it. All right, hold on, LB. Roberto, thoughts?
I can't argue. You're 100% right. But at the same time, you got to make a movie that is current, that you want to grab people. Again, if I know this, I can't really say it, but I'm going to say it. This generation is not interested in history. When you make reference to anything in the past, they are totally blocked out. That was your time, Pops. This is my time. I'm making my own history. So I'm not surprised that that movie didn't make much money because they're the people they're trying to grab right now. The people of our generation ain't really making their way to movies anymore. Because when I go see movies, I don't see people my age there too often.
That's
You
true.
know, so you
First
got to
off,
grab.
Beaming Kun, thank you, man. Appreciate it. He said, I don't like hating, but I wanted to fall asleep. Like I said, man,
It is what
everybody's
it
a
is. I fell
subject.
asleep. Almost fell asleep in Black Adam. It is what it is, man.
Right.
It is what it
There you
is.
go. And K-Dot, thank you for the $5 super chat. Much appreciated. And how you doing, LB? What's up, brother?
Good evening. Good evening. How
What
y'all?
up, LB?
What's up? What's up?
Parco, good to see you, man. Thanks for popping in. So we were talking about, because we had a discussion about black representation. People think you know all the stuff they're saying about Black Panther, right? So I'm saying, how do we fix the problem then? If this is what the issue is, if this is what it is, how do we fix the problem? Because I don't think boycotting these movies is the answer. What do you
Man,
think?
so I'm all about, you know, pro blackness, all that stuff. And
Hmm.
I'm never gonna say, look, just because it's a black movie, a black video game, a black TV show, black whatever, that you need to support it, right?
Hmm.
If it's not for you, it's not for you.
Hmm.
But
That's
at the
right.
same time, don't go out of your way to make sure it doesn't succeed. Like
Right.
people out here talk about boycotting the Woman King, boycotting Black Panther. This
Hmm.
it's like that type of talk ain't helping. Like
Black people are
Exactly.
talking that.
yeah,
Yes.
Come
like
on.
you're helping the people that don't want this stuff to be done, don't want it to succeed. Like I don't like Tyler Perry movies, but every Tyler Perry movie that come out, you don't see me out here. Don't go see Tyler Perry movie. Boycott it because it's not the type of movie I want. Like no, man, don't do that.
Hmm. And I agree with you 100%.
That makes no sense.
I don't watch Tyler Perry movies either, but I'm never gonna tell someone, "Oh, don't go watch that. Let's
It's
boycott
your
Tyler Perry."
choice. It's your choice. And if you like it, I'm happy you like it. There's a lot of movies I don't watch because I don't support that producer or actor.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna tell other people not to fucking watch it.
100%. And right at the end of the day, there's people out there that will support it. There's people out there that will go see it. So it will make us money. You don't have to bash it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Simple and plain as that.
Haters.
Right.
Right?
Haters.
Like with, especially with the Black Panther thing, it's like, and I'm not singling out K-Dot because I've seen a bunch of people say they did this or doing like, oh, I'm
Hmm.
gonna pay to go see another movie instead and you can go watch Black Panther. It's like you're not really affecting Disney's pocket. Like a lot of people need to realize you're giving Disney money in many other ways than just paying for a movie. Like if you
Hmm.
got cable, you're giving Disney money. If you got a
Hmm.
streaming service, you're giving Disney money because Disney owns ABC, ESPN, like so many things that revolve around your daily life. Like,
Facts. Facts. But that's the thing. I'm just like, we really need, like, I agree that our representation in these movies aren't great, right? I agree that they could do better when, they portray us. 100% I could agree with that. But how do we fix it, right?
we 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 fix it by one way is having more people, more of us writing our shows, writing our movies, writing our video games, being in those rooms that come together to create these movies. Um, Actors speaking up more instead of just 100% focused on their bank accounts. Um, there are actors out there that does it. Like, for example, Chadwick Boseman. I don't know if he was on the show, if he got cast for the show, but it was a soap opera. He spoke up about the character, and he ended up getting fired and not used for the show. Like things like that. Like especially like, okay, it's for like I just talked about how I'm not giving Disney my money, I'm going to give it to another movie studio. I mean, you could do that with black movies. Oh, I'm not really into this movie, but I'll buy a movie ticket for this black movie to support it and go watch another movie that I want to watch. You know, you could do things like that. But it takes a lot of things like that, man. It's just I think as a culture, we got to stop accepting whatever we're given and whatever's thrown out there. We should demand more of what we want to consume. But the thing is, a lot of people just don't care, and a lot of people don't know what they want. They just want to be entertained.
And I was telling this earlier. I'm like, that movie Till made $8 million. I'm disgusted with that. That movie should have at least $20 to $30 million. Like, why does Till only have $8 million? Like, nobody's going to see this movie? Are you kidding me?
But what if it's low budget? What if there's bad acting? What if the storyline is not necessarily the full view of Till's life? There could be several reasons. I didn't see this movie, but I don't think people are not seeing it because it's a black movie.
No, right. But what I'm saying is, it's this. I'm talking about the same people that are talking about how they want to see, you know, different type of movies or different representations of us, and don't want to see us in that type of light. Well, you're getting movies where they're showing it differently, right? It's a history movie, but you have a strong mother. You have what happened to her, right? A lot of people don't even really know the Emmett Till history, right? So I'm not talking about everybody, because like LB said, not everything is for everybody. I get that, right? But at the same time, like, if it is your thing, and I know a few people who it is, and they haven't seen it yet.
But you see, Parko makes a good statement there about people are behind Jordan Peele. You see the movies that Jordan Peele makes? They're not based on history. It's just black people acting in a movie that is common in theaters. Horror movie, sci-fi, you know. It doesn't have to be based on slavery, based on like you said, gangsters, pimps, hoes. It's just too stereotypical.
That's why I respect Jordan Peele. I didn't like
He's out the
his
box.
last movie. I didn't like his last movie. But I always said that, you know, we as black people, when we have this creative opportunity, we need to do other movies other than hood movies. Like, we need to have space movies, right? That was a horror movie. He's doing the horror movie genre. We need that. I have no problems with that.
With those black women who actually played a role in the first lunar landing.
Hidden Figures.
Yeah, I saw a bit of that movie, and it looked fucking good. I never heard nobody talk about that movie.
I heard it's
nobody. Yeah, it's very well done.
I think it got nominated for Best Picture. You know, it did. Yeah, it did have some buzz. There was some buzz behind it.
I'm talking to the black community.
Yeah, but
I haven't heard
understand what you're
anything,
saying.
LB.
Yeah,
anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
And those women fucking knocked it out of the park in that movie, man.
So, you mentioned,
go ahead, Obi.
You mentioned Jordan Peele, and yes, you're absolutely right. Like, he has the support. Like, his movies, the black community goes to watch his movies, and that's part of what needs to happen. Like, especially with the Till movie, like you mentioned. Like, I'm not talking down on Till, but like, we need more movies like what Jordan Peele's doing. You feel me? Because it seems that we only get the historic type, slave type movie, or something like Till, or we get Tyler Perry type movies.
Or we get gangster movies,
right?
All on BET. Gangsters.
Like, why can't we get like I'm just going to throw out a movie like Harry Potter? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why can't there be
black Star Wars movie?
Right. Why we can't get movies like that? And here's another example. So with the Little Mermaid, right? You saw all the noise that was made when the trailer came out, right? And I was watching a show on MSNBC, the 11th hour, and the host interviewed Stephanie Rue. She interviewed an author who put out a book that she has a book out of black mermaids in the Caribbean and stuff like that. It's like, why can't we get a movie based on what this book is written about, like that? But instead, they're just remaking another movie. Why can't they put in the effort to give us stuff like this? We don't get it at all.
I agree. I agree. And like I said, I'm probably the one on the panel that says I don't give a damn about race bending or anything like that. But I also think that we can still get original stories. We can get original movies. And again, that's why I bring up, Roberto brought up Jordan Peele, and I agree with you guys 100%. When I seen he did Get Out, I was like, okay, this is interesting. You know what I mean? Horror movie. Then he did Us, and I didn't really like Us, but again, I supported it, and I was like, okay, this is what we need to do.
Nothing about racism, nothing about the stereotypical shit, you know?
And I mentioned earlier, it also the people who are involved in Hollywood that are black, it depends on them too. Because for example, LeBron James's projects, he remakes House Party. Like
I seen the trailer for that. Yeah.
Like why? You're remaking Space. You're doing a Space Jam sequel. What's I forgot her name. Is Issa Rae?
Which one? For
Issa
which one?
Rae, the one that does. I forgot. ISSA. Issa Rae. I mean, she has a show on what, Showtime or HBO or something. Insecure or something.
We don't have those channels.
I saw Insecure. I was watching Insecure for a minute, man.
Yeah,
That's a good fucking show.
Okay.
It's like she has. I mean, she has some clout in Hollywood, but I can't list the list of movies, but she's done remakes and reboots. And,
she's a good actress, very good actress,
and silly movies that are like Girl Trip and stuff. Like, why we can't get something different? Like, I'm pretty sure it's because the people with the money who's funding the movie are like, no. But it's just like, man, come on, man. Y'all got to fight for us.
Absolutely. Right. And again, we need more Jordan Peeles. We need to see, like, you think I wouldn't watch an all black space movie, you know, something like Star Wars or, you know, something like that with an all black cast? Absolutely.
You can use any storyline you want.
Right. We need to have those type of creativities when it comes to Hollywood. But the problem would be, would Hollywood greenlight those type of movies, right? Because we already know that they are really skeptical about making movies about us for us.
Right. And because for one, the movies don't sell overseas. But like, man, you got enough money to market these things and promote these things. It's just a bunch of laziness. And it's like, no one says you have to go out and do each movie to give us a $250 million budget. You feel me?
I agree. 100%. And some of these low budget movies are done really well. And I sit here and I was telling Roberto earlier today that I thought that The Harder They Fall was pretty much the best movie the year it came out. I think it was 2021. I said, I love this movie. But I promise you, if this movie came out in theaters, it would not have made money.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have made money. I think people would have avoided it. Maybe 50 million, you know?
That's the Western one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
On another topic, Gonzo, I watched Def Jam 25th anniversary last week. I can't get it out of my head.
Oh, yeah?
It felt so fucking good to watch comedy, uncensored, again. It almost felt like, I can't even describe the feeling I had. It took me back like a time warp to see all of those guys on stage. All of them were successful. To think that there was so many fucking great black entertainers back in the day. And these guys are all still alive.
Absolutely.
You know, there's the few, they died of natural causes, you know, no gunshots. Different times, man. Like, I feel like, in all honesty, if I don't have conversations with people my own age, I get frustrated. And all we seem to do is reflect on 2 decades, the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, absolutely. Those were the best ones.
Creed's another example. It's like,
How many you gonna do, Creed? How many?
right, like why you can make a boxing movie that ain't got nothing to do with Rocky. Like you've done 3 Creed
100.
movies. You could have done
100.
three movies based on something like a Joe Lewis character or something. But man, Creed.
You see, now I like Creed. I like the first 2. I think the third one's probably going to be good too. And again, this is a movie where again you have a strong black male with a daughter and a wife in there. Let's see how much money Creed makes, right? Let's see how much people show out for that movie. I hope they
But
do,
again, you
right?
know what?
Because
I
you're getting the
won't go.
Hold on, just one
No, go
second.
ahead, go ahead.
Roberto. You're gonna be getting the positive representation that you want, right? That's what you're asking for, family and this and that. Hopefully, we go see it. I will. I'll be there first day. Go ahead, Roberto.
I won't go because I can't
Why?
see the storyline grabbing me. You know, I
Okay.
understand. Again, I don't know if it was LB who made this comment, but I'm not gonna go just because it's a black mother and father, a son portraying the family. It's got to have substance because I
Yeah,
mean,
but I'm not talking about you though. I'm talking
no,
about
I'm
the
just
people
saying
who
for me.
are complaining about that.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
I'm just talking about the average person. Like, I want to see a movie because I like it. I won't bash it. I won't tell people not to see it. Like, hey, how many Creeds are gonna come out with? You really giving that Creed money? Support.
Mm-hmm.
To each their own. But for me, this I can't see the storyline grabbing me to make me want to sit down without falling asleep, man.
Mm. I think it's going to be good. Have you seen the first 2 Creeds?
I saw the first one, really liked it. The second one, I was like, it was almost, I treated it almost like Lost. Like, what are you gonna talk about now?
Watch it.
Who
It's
you
good.
who are you gonna fight? Another guy that is undefeated? I saw that. Like, how many times have I seen this? You know?
Nah, he fought Drago's son.
There you go. So now it's
Yeah.
gonna be Drago's grandson fighting
Creed 4. He's
Creed's
gonna fight.
grandson.
Creed 4. He's gonna fight somebody related to Tommy Morrison's character.
Or, well, everybody was saying he was going to
Shit.
fight someone related to Clubber Lang, and I was like, nah, they can't do that again. You can't rehash another story like that. I think it's going to be fire, right? And regardless of anything, the performances that are put out in those Creed movies are absolutely amazing.
Hey,
Now, the
Creed-
first Creed movie, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say Creed 5. After Creed 4, there'll be a new. Now maybe this is what they'll do for the next Creed 4, 5, 6. It's gonna be the daughter fighting people now. Fighting
Maybe.
Rocky's daughter or something. Fighting Clubber Lang's granddaughter.
You know?
Maybe. I Black Parko said I think it would have made 300 million. Maybe, right? I said 50 million's low number. Maybe it made 300 million, but is 300 million enough for Hollywood to think that they could still invest in these type of movies? You know what I mean? We're watching movies, right, hit 500 million and up, you know, good ones, right? You'll get the rare ones because everybody thinks that the billion is the magic number. You got to hit a billion or else it's a flop, and that's not necessarily true. That is not true at all, right? But you know, you get those movies that hit a billion, but at 300 million, it's like, okay, it's good. But if the a budget was 100 million, you know, that doesn't end up to being such a big profit for them at all. So
300 million for what movie?
no, he said The Harder to Fall, he think that movie would have made 300
Oh.
million in the theater.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah.
It depends. It really depends on the studio how much they promote the movie.
Mm-hmm.
You feel
Right.
me?
Yeah. And I think word of mouth would have helped it too because it was really good. So that could have helped it too. It could have made 300 million. It could have made less. It could have made a little bit more. But I don't see it being one of those movies to where everybody's like, oh my gosh, it made like, you know, 500, 600 million dollars. Wow, great. I don't see it doing that. You know,
I really pushed The Woman King. I didn't see anybody really going to see it after I tried to push it.
I mean, it did fine. It made what 90 million.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
word of mouth is nice, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
if your word of mouth is to deaf ears, you're
Yeah.
screaming to yourself, yo.
Yeah, man. I mean, Woman King did fine. Could it
The
done better?
acting, was fucking amazing. I
Yeah.
love that woman.
Yeah, man, she killed it.
Oh,
Viola
fuck,
Davis
did she
killed it,
ever?
man.
She killed it.
Yeah, bro.
It made 91 million in the box office.
Yeah, man, that's fine. Like people just like need to realize every movie ain't finna make $1 billion.
And
Like,
why do our movies have to be up to a standard?
right?
It's not our movies. All movies they use that standard too, right?
If the Woman King's budget was $150 million and they made 91 million, then there's a problem. But man, they probably spent $50 on a movie, tax credits and all
The
that stuff. Probably had that. Man, it's fine. You feel
the
me?
budget was 50 million.
Yeah, it's fine. Like they cool. Man.
Eh.
Like, let's not get this twisted. They didn't have a marketing budget of $200 million on this movie. They
Probably
fine.
not. Yeah, for sure. Especially if it's 50 million. But I still like not sure if it made a profit. That's the problem, right?
That movie made a profit. They did not make they did not have a big marketing budget for that movie.
Well, they're not going to put a sequel to it.
Well, the Woman King universe, cinematic universe is possible. Just got to keep the budget low.
Because there's no children. It's all women.
Krugler did the first Creed. Yeah, he did do the first Creed. And the first Creed was good. Like, one thing I really enjoyed about the first Creed is the boxing. It felt like real boxing, you know? The second one, they got into the Rocky style of boxing. But in the first Creed, it felt like a real boxing match. I was like, okay, I like the way they did this. You know, they had the boxer come in and you see the tail of the tape, his name, how many wins he has, and everything like that. I thought that was cool. And then with the second boxing went to Rocky 4 type boxing, you know? I was like, but I still enjoyed it. K-Dot said something earlier. He said he missed some type of movie. I can't remember. But I agree with you. Like, I miss those old type of movies. I miss like seeing creative movies that, you know, Soul Food. I fucking loved Soul Food. I thought that movie was fucking amazing. You know, The Best Man. I thought that movie was good too.
Right.
What happened to
And then
Martin Lawrence? What happened to fucking Martin Lawrence? Martin Lawrence
What do you
makes
mean?
great movies, man. I haven't seen this guy in a movie in how long? Yeah, but you see, that's your opinion, Nzo. I'm telling you, for me, I love Martin, man. I love Martin. If he don't put a smile on my face, it's not him acting.
He was in Black Panther, Bad Boy 3.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm talking like
I
was.
think he got into
when's
some
he-
trouble.
Last time he's done a comedy. Yeah, he must have voiced his opinion about something and got banned. You know.
Well, if you watch a lot of these black actors from Hollywood, they always say that Hollywood usually supports one or two black actors at a time. They say one, right? One black actor at a time. And now it's obviously Jonathan Majors because he's about to be in everything, right?
Wesley hasn't done anything.
He's the one that's getting. Wesley's past his time. All those guys are past their time. Martin Lawrence, Wesley Snipes, even Kevin Hart's about to be past his prime too, because everything he's doing now is on streaming service.
But yeah, K-Dot right though. Like those kind of movies, there needs to be more of that. Like I mean, they are made, but it's not like they're put into the movie theaters and stuff like that. They're put on straight to the Amazon Prime, straight to BET Plus.
Yeah, Reddit. And I think we need to see more of these movies in the theater. Like I said, Fatherhood was fucking amazing, right? You see Fatherhood, LB? You see what I'm saying? And that was on streaming. Fatherhood with Kevin Hart. It's fucking amazing. Such a good movie.
I don't have Netflix.
Well, you know I can find that for you, bro. you got as long as you know me, you got Nzo Vision. You're good.
But like my thing is, if Tyler Perry could produce a movie for 10, 20 million, put it out in the movie theaters, Hollywood could figure out a way to do that same type of thing for other black content. Like it don't just have to be Tyler Perry attached to do stuff like that.
Absolutely. But the problem is they don't think they're profitable enough, right? I said it earlier. When you go back to the 1990s to 2000s, right? I seen at least 30 black movies, right? There was a ton of them, you know, regardless of what you want to say about how the movies were, because you had Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society, New Jersey Jive, all the kind of gangster movies, right? But then you also had Soul Food, you had The Best Man, you had The Woods, you had those type of movies as well, right? The minute those movies stopped making money, they stopped making them. You know, last year there was 6 black movies. I looked it up. I said, how many movies from in 2021? 6. We had 6 black movies.
Who?
Out of the
Talking about the box office?
I'm talking about black movies that were made in 2001. And I'm just talking about movies that were in theaters, guys, not direct to DVD or anything like that. I'm talking about ones that came into theaters. We had 6. I'll tell you the 6. Just give me a second.
You said 2001?
2021.
No, it was more than that. Well, hold on. No, well, maybe
Is
not.
there a
COVID,
preview to this
COVID
Mind
stuff.
Cage?
Hold on, I'll tell you because I looked it up. So we had Candyman, we had King Richards, came more than 6. We had Candyman, King Richards, The Harder They Fall, that didn't come in theaters. Respect, that didn't come in theaters. Without Remorse, but that wasn't a black movie. It was a black lead cast. I'm talking about all black cast, right? I never seen this Beckett movie and Swan Song. I never seen that either. Oh, wait. I didn't see these ones here. Okay, so we had Judas and the Black Messiah, which came out in theaters. Oh, I don't consider
Thank you very
Space
much,
Jam a black
Parco.
movie. What's that? Coming to America 2? That didn't come out in theaters. I'm talking about that came out in theaters, though. Yeah, go ahead. What were you saying, Roberto?
No, I was just thanking Parco. I'm watching the trailer for Martin's next movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Doesn't he?
Age.
Yeah,
Looks
right.
like he gained a little weight, but he still looks young, man.
Oh, yeah, you didn't see Bad Boys 3? He gained weight from them, bro. He
Looks like
kinda
a chipmunk with his puffy cheeks.
So let's see this. Like I
Oh
said,
shit!
they
It
didn't.
looks like the Equalizer's coming out with another one.
Probably. They didn't bring back Clubber Lang's son, but Jonathan Major's character is a Clubber Lang-like character. I agree. And there's an article and an interview with Sylvester Stallone where, he kind of said he was kind of pushed out of it, or, he didn't like what was going on, so he didn't want to do it. You should check that out. As a Latino, there's nowhere near the same representation my way. I know it's starting to creep through with the celebs, but please do it right. Can't stop it. But geez, yeah. There's a lot of you guys.
Latinos win all the best director awards, though. I'm just messing with you.
When it's a movie with an all-black cast, some people who aren't black always use the excuse that it's not their cup of tea.
Or
I
they
agree.
go see it and then can make YouTube videos talking noise about it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this clip of a black girl, telling white people they're not allowed to go and see Wakanda.
Yeah, we've seen that clip.
Right. For what?
Is that just to get fame, notoriety?
Right. So
It
What kind of fucking stupidness is that, yo?
One person making a clip means they speak for all black people.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
LP?
She could have been joking too. Who knows?
But they'll run on that. They'll run on that and hold us all accountable for what she said.
They did, bro. They did. When we did the Mecca Random video the other week, that's what she was talking about.
See?
Right? That's what she was talking about, right?
She?
And,
okay.
Yeah. You don't remember?
I just couldn't give that girl my attention, yo.
That's what happens, bruh. That's what they do. They see one black person say something. Oh, that means all black people. And then they're the same people that get mad at us when we say white people.
The next video I seen come out of her this week was Wakanda Forever is the most racist movie she's ever seen.
Man.
This bitch, Mecca Random, this bitch who says she don't want to see a movie with black men grunting and pounding their chest has nerve to call any fucking thing racist? Go fuck yourself. I can't stand that bitch, bro.
Bro, these weird white folks, like they love saying everything is racist to them. Like
they should have watched our show when we explained it's not racist, it's prejudice, yo.
Facts.
We got educated up in here, yo.
And then I was going back and forth with this dude on Twitter because he made a post about, Black Panther dropped 73% from Sunday to Monday. I'm like, who the fuck goes to a movie on a Monday? Like, what are you talking about? Oh, it's a big drop. It means this and that. And I'm like, yo, first off, when they usually track the drop, it's usually from week 1 to week 2, right? So you talking about a fucking 73% drop on a Monday, knowing that Tuesday is, and Tuesday, you know what I mean? Where we go out because it's half price. So they fluctuate from week to week. So the only way to get a real estimate of the drop is to wait the next week. But you want to come out and talk about this shit on a fucking Monday when people are at work. No one goes to a fucking movie on a Monday. It made no sense to me, bro. And they're arguing with me and they're saying, like, I have no idea what I'm talking about. And I just today seen the article popped up and they estimated that it would have a 60% drop from week 1 to week 2. So that 73% drop that you were talking about is so bad on the Monday is irrelevant because it only had a 60% drop from week 1. But for some reason, I'm the one that's fucking wrong.
So, like, you really didn't need to go back and forth with. All you could have said is like, bruh, all movies come out on Fridays. Why they come out on Fridays? Because it's the beginning of the weekend. It's like none of these box office tracking people, like they keep track of the dailies, but it's like, bruh, if a movie drops 70% from Sunday, it don't matter because, like you said, people are at work, people are at school. Now, if the movie earned $1 million on Monday, then there would be a problem going on here.
Right. Or if it was a Friday to Saturday, you know what I mean? That would be a problem. I'd be like, holy shit, a 70% drop from fucking Friday to Saturday? That means the word of mouth got out and nobody fucking liked the movie. But to sit there and talk about it on a fucking Monday, and this is a 14K channel, bro. 14K channel. And people are eating it up and like, yeah. And I'm like, no. But I'm the wrong one.
If it drops 60% on Saturday, they're gonna do that too. This weekend they're gonna do that too. It's like, bruh, like, stop it.
When if you go and look, especially for these superhero movies and Star Wars type of movies, the normal is about 50 to 60% drop. That is the normal, right?
Yeah, because they're so front loaded. Like, they don't, like, these people. Yes. That's why I be trying to tell people, like, stop paying attention. These people don't watch the box office. They only make these type of videos when something they want to hate on is out.
Well, the way they talk, because I don't follow the guy. I checked out his channel and I seen the Wakanda review and he's had something, and I was like, it figures. I knew it. Like, one thing is, my judge of character never fucking fails me. So when I seen that shit, the post, and then I seen the video, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
One of those people.
One of those 60% could be worse. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
man, like, the movie gonna do fine because not only that, there's no other big movies coming out until Avatar come out, and Thanksgiving is next week. So Thanksgiving is a big, like, few days for the box office. So it's gonna make money over then. So, like,
absolutely,
we probably. This weekend you could get a gauge for how much the movie will make, but I'd have to say wait until after Thanksgiving to actually, like, know.
Absolutely, because you never know what can happen, right? One week it could drop, the next week it could have, like people say, like you said, Thanksgiving weekend, right? They estimated this weekend, I think it was at around 70 million for this week too, right? But like you said, it's Thanksgiving million. That may go up to 100 million. Right? Yeah. More people are gonna go see it, right? Hey, they got time off. You guys got 4 days off for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Some even have Monday off as well, right? So they're gonna go check a movie, and the only movies out there is the Black Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just it just annoys me, man. And I was fighting it, and like I said, at the end of the day, we have to also be, like you said, supporting whichever way you want to do. If we're not trashing the movie, right? Like, stop looking at all the negative. I know the negative is what sells, but at least talk about the positives that this movie had. And there was a lot of it.
Right. I mean, if you didn't like the movie, cool. But like going out of your way to bash it, talk about you hope it fails, you hope it flops, and buying movie, going to pay for another movie instead, like that's counterproductive, bro. It is.
Absolutely, 100%.
Come on, let's get into some po bashing, yo.
Yeah, we will. And I just wanted to say the last thing. Unless you're not into it, right? If you're not into it and you don't want to see it, then absolutely no problem. But if you're into those type of things, then we should be supporting. That's what I have to say about that.
So what are they talking about? This ban in China? Wakanda's banned in China?
Well,
What's
we don't
banned in
know.
China?
It's probably not going to be shown in China.
Yeah, a lot of the Marvel movies. I don't even remember the last Marvel movie to make it to China. It might have been Endgame.
So it's just Marvel.
Yeah. No, there's a lot. Well, you see, China doesn't mess with some of the things that are in American movies, right? Same sex and all kinds of stuff like that. Kissing, males kissing, the gay stuff, the LGBT community stuff. They don't deal with that stuff. So if they have that in there, they're not going to show the movie, right? The Eternals, was Eternals in China? No, it got banned, but they did plan to remove the same sex kiss scene so that it could play in China, right? But China's not interested in their movies anymore, And yeah, go ahead, Obi.
No, I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, China is a huge market, but it's movies like Transformers, Avatar will do well there. You know what I mean? Superhero movies, they make money there. It depends on the superhero movie, right? But if you go look at what Black Panther made in China, it's like what, 200, 300 million?
Black Panther was kind of different. Like I think I'm not gonna say it was the lowest, but like compared to some of the other Marvel movies, like it was low overseas. Because it was a black movie,
right?
But yeah, like to me, it's just like I know it's a market where you can make lots of money, but like you're changing your movie just for a country that don't really care about you.
Yeah. I agree with you. All right, moving on to the next topic, as Roberto was getting tired of hearing us talk about the movie. We have.
I'm looking at the time. I want to give this time because I just saw what it's about, and I'm very curious.
I'm messing with you, Roberto. I'm messing with you. So the first topic we have, the first one we have here, because I have two of them, is this one. So video shows inmate brutally beaten by jail officers. I'm not going to play the whole video. It's a 9-minute video, and then these guys start doing their talking and shit, but you'll get some context of the video. So let's play this now.
You're off the hook, Daddy.
Not really. Hold on.
Oh, it's the sheriff.
Okay. They came into the cell. He's on suicide watch. They jump him. They beat him up. He's providing no resistance. This is a gang-related attack, obviously. Look at the brutality here. Other inmates literally come to save this man. No other news agency has this story yet. We're the first to bring this to you, and I have significant background as to what happened to this man. Very sad. It continues, and what happened afterwards is that literally they did nothing to help him. All right? Let's put up a picture of the Camden County facility. This is in Georgia. As a matter of fact, Camden County is very close to Florida. And many of those who live in Camden County will commute and work in the state of Florida.
This is actually an old one. There was an update.
The video
Hold on.
shows 5 jail employees entering the cell of Mr. Hobbs. Mr. Hobbs was there for a non-violent offense and obviously committed no violence to provoke those cops. At least 3 white male staff members beat and strangled Mr. Hobbs before dragging his completely limp body out of the cell. They brutalized him. Hobbs was arrested for driving under a suspended license and possession of a controlled substance. That's what he was in there for. The 41-year-old was held in isolation for 15 days after the unprovoked attack. After. He did not receive any medical attention at all.
So
one of the officers.
That's what happened. I have the one with the update. What are your thoughts right away, Roberto?
What's not to think, yo? I wonder what the protocol for this one is, because there's always some kind of legitimacy on the half of the cops when shit like this happens. Well, he mighta, but he didn't. So it's pretty evident that that's police brutality at its finest.
Absolutely. So here's the updated one
to bring you the story.
Who's this brother? I feel like I believe him.
Of a man named Mr. Hobbs in a Camden County jail. Now, lawyers are involved. Press conference is happening today. There is an official investigation. The GBI, they have been notified. Let me remind you of.
If you rewind that, did you see the cop punch the other cop in the face?
Oh, no, bro. It wasn't the face. He punched the wall.
It looked like he punched him in the face.
Yeah. Supposedly he missed his wall. Keep talking.
There are multiple videos. We are now in receipt of all of them. I will give you the update as we have it today. Let's put up the picture of that jail facility in Camden County. Now remember, Camden County is in deep South Georgia. It is so south that literally many of the residents actually commute to Florida to go to work. That is how south Camden is. This incident occurred in the Camden County jail in the state of Georgia. Several officers beat without watch cell. Individuals dealing with mental health crises. He is attacked. There is no provocation.
Okay, so yeah, we seen everything, mostly everything.
What is the outcome of that?
We don't know yet.
Based on what this video footage is like, and based on what they said the charges were, regardless of the charges, like that's uncalled for, man. It's ridiculous, bro. The man's on suicide watch, so they say, and you're doing that. I mean, like I said, regardless of what happened, like that's not needed.
And that's exactly what I was gonna say, LB, because there's gonna be the people that'll sit there and say, well, you don't know what happened before the camera was rolling. But did he deserve all of that?
Well, what could you do to justify that?
Right.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But there's people out there, bro, that will probably justify it.
Because they would do it if they were there. That's why they justify it.
Like even if he was like out of the room, right, and he ran down down the hall and punched each one of those cops one time, bro, it still don't justify doing that.
100%. You had so many cops beating up on this guy. And yeah, Roberta, I remember hearing something about it, that the cop actually had to get medical attention because it probably was the guy's face and thought it was a wall, but he pretty much broke his hand because
it looked like he went wham right in that cop's face, because the motion forward and the motion backward of the guy's head looked like he took a punch, yo. They were punching like savages, fuck. Did you see the black cop trying to get in there?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Even with a beating, he's left behind.
Hey, but he looked like he was trying to get his licks in too, bro.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
He could
and
be
I'm
a part of the what do they call that? The fraternity. Fraternity.
What the hell is wrong with people? Rashid has the best hairline ever. Does he? I didn't notice, to be honest with you.
I don't know, bro. That hairline don't look natural to me.
Those people should rot in hell. Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, like I said, we've had these conversations many times before, and we're gonna keep having these conversations because these are things that keep happening to us, right? That's what they keep showing, and I think we get treated like animals way too much.
Right. Like this isn't a fight on the street between him and some regular folk outside of uniform. Like you all are officers. Like you had an oath. So you're supposed to have some restraint, bro. Like you have this job. So you're supposed to have more restraint and more common sense than regular people that would be doing that to him in the street.
Absolutely. 100%. You know what I mean? And you're supposed to be able, especially if he's on suicide watch or anything like that, you're supposed to be able trained enough to subdue him without punching off his face like that. And then did you see the way when they put him in the wheelchair, right? So they put him in the wheelchair, shine him in the wheelchair, and then they're rolling him in the cell, and the cop rolls him in and then pulls it back and then slams it into the wall again.
A few times.
Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, man? And
I wonder if they teach him in training to scream "stop resisting" to justify their aggressive thing. Because you always hear it, huh? The guy's bent up like fucking Gumby with 6 guys on his head, and they're saying "stop resisting."
Where's Danny to be here saying I have to see all of the footage to see why this happened?
I think if we were to interview some MMA teachers and you ask them when a pressure is applied to the back of your neck by 6 individuals, will your body make movements like you're resisting?
Probably.
You know what's funny? You mentioned MMA, right? These two, when in an MMA fight, they're pounding each other, kicking each other, punching each other, trying to choke somebody out. But when the referee tells them to stop, they stop. Same with boxing.
Facts.
So if they can go through all of that and then stop, so can these police officers.
100%.
Doesn't apply to them, LB.
Right. It clearly
doesn't apply
doesn't.
to them. They don't have no bells in their rounds.
Especially when the person that they're beating the shit out of looks like us. Oh yeah, there's no stopping. There's no stopping. This dude is say the N-word, but this dude is gonna get it today. You know what I mean?
I think they see brothers as a punching bag when they're in handcuffs.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Hands down. Punching bag, bash your heads against the ground, do all kinds of bullshit to us, bro, and get away with it. That's the thing. We'll see. They said they're investigating it and all of that, but we know how their investigations go.
Not that I want it to happen, but let's just say we do role reversal on that. All of those are black cops, and that's a white individual. I bet you the next day those guys would all be fucking fired without pay until it goes to fucking court. I can almost bet my life on that.
Bro, they'd be fired immediately.
They'd be getting death threats by police officers.
Yeah.
They'd be getting death threat. They'd be calling them, oh, you and then this and that and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, for sure. Hands down. Right. But again, like I said, because they don't have no respect for this color, the skin color, it's like,
we have no rights.
Hunting season.
We have no rights because if we did, they couldn't get away with that shit. Doesn't matter if it's on video. Doesn't fucking matter if it's recorded.
And I'm gonna bring it back a little bit because we said, right, these police officers need to start being held accountable, right? They held Derek Chauvin accountable, and that didn't change shit. That didn't change shit. They still do this type of bullshit. Wait till you see the other video.
But for every one they convict, I'd like to think there's a good 500 that they don't.
Yeah, you probably.
So when you have those odds, what's to stop you?
Yeah, I feel you.
It doesn't stop people from buying lottery tickets with those odds, right?
Right, because you're pretty much taking the chance that, well, nothing's going to happen to me.
That's right, Nzo. That's fucking right. And if it does, it's this. Leave with pay. Oh, fuck, that does a whole lot.
100%. Wait till you see this one. When I seen this one, I was like, holy shit, like what the hell is wrong with people? Let me bring it up real quick.
Sorry for the yawning, man. It's my witching hour.
No worries. I'm a little tired too. Is it this one? Where is it? Huh. Hold on. Oh, okay. Okay, it's that one. I got you. All right. Here. Watch this shit. Full screen. I'm pretty sure some of you seen it. I'm pretty sure this video went viral. Let me put the warning up there. Maybe YouTube won't fucking limit my shit.
You're in my yard and you got some nerve. Do not put that in my face. You got some nerve going on my property. She has a problem with all these stupid people. Get off. You on film. You on film. You on film in my yard. Sir, we're going to pick you up. We're going to put you back in the wheelchair here. Okay? It's not really going to do this. I didn't do anything else. I got this property. Get off my property. Oh, my God. No,
Wheelchair-bound Marine veteran was treated this way.
Hold on.
Get off of my property.
Because there's more to the video.
Get off of my property. I do not want to speak to you. You have no consent to be on my property. Get off now. Get off of my property. Get off of my property now. Get off of my property, please.
So
get off of my property. I don't care. She called you for some and you showed up in 5 seconds. Get off of my.
I'm just trying to get your side.
Please get off of my property. I have no side.
So she wanted
get off my property
about how you
get off my property.
Damage to her fence.
Get off my property. You didn't see no damage. And just to let you know, the body cam is showing that he refused to get off my property. Get off my property now.
So
get off my property, man.
She's showing damage.
Get off my property, man.
It took 3
property, man.
out of my face.
Get off my property, man. Get off my property. Get off my property. You want me to defend myself? I want you to back. You want to see how it goes?
Criminal damage that happened. This is what happened. Is we come over and get your side of the story, just like we went over and got her side of the story, right?
Get off my property.
Let him through.
Get off my property.
Hold on, you're gonna make him
get
fall.
Off my property, bitch.
You're gonna make him fall.
You keep ramming a police officer.
No, you
No.
Get off. Listen, you will get arrested too. You will get arrested. I have a weapon on it. But you will get arrested too if you do not let us do what we have to do. Can I explain something to you? It took 3 officers to come over here. Listen, can I explain something to you?
What's that? Look, do you see the fence?
My husband like that.
All right.
It's a damn shame. There's more. The individual who posted this on TikTok, Jolly Good Ginger, who helped in this incident amplify it, explains how this happened.
That's what I was looking for.
Court.
But yeah, let's listen to this.
His neighbor, Cheryl Cade, called the police because she was accusing her neighbor, Mel Court, of damaging her fence. This is a video of the fence in question. The fence is 38 years old and runs along the adjacent properties. Cheryl Cade, the neighbor, has no proof or evidence that Mel Court damaged her fence, and he didn't, but she decided on October 21st to accuse him of it and then call the police.
Okay, there's more. Here it is.
Oh, there is? Okay. I didn't even...
Some old bitch called and said I broke her fence, and this dickhead come and throw me out my wheelchair and put me in his guts. I told him from the beginning, you're not welcome on my property. Don't come on my property. He proceeded to walk on my property, block my path, and then call me out my chair and cuss. Look at my wrist. Take these cuss off of me. You need to warn me. After that complaint is filed, you need to go through the proper channel, and then you need to get a warrant. And when you come up with that warrant, you have all right to come on my property. But you don't have a right to come on my property. Now I'm asking Sergeant, take this cuffs off of me now. How about you get these cuffs off of me because I've done nothing?
I tried to loosen them once.
You're not trying to look. How tight did you have to put them? I can't run. Take them off so he can see what you've done. Take it off. It ain't no adjusting them. Take the cuffs off of me. Officer, can you take the right side off my wrist so she can feel me? So you can prove that it's no marks on my wrist. Sam, pull my sleeve up. Let her pull my sleeve up, please. Pull it.
There you go.
Nothing on my wrist.
Oh shit.
Nothing on my wrist.
These cowards don't care
Oh shit.
that you have your own home. These cowards don't care about your property rights. These cowards don't care that you committed no crime. They don't care that you serve the country, sir. They also don't care that you're in a wheelchair. They don't care. The irony of this, in addition to what you see, the fence in question is actually on the property of Mr. Court. Yeah, the fence is on his property.
Wow.
They built the fence and committed trespass when they did so. Let's put his picture up when he served in the Marine Corps.
Yo. Look, you don't even know what to say, right? Like I seen the first part, but I didn't see the how fucking tight were those cuffs, bro? They put fucking welts in his hand. How fucking tight were those cuffs?
I know we would get another procedure protocol.
You should have
I
complied.
know we would. Yep. All I want to know, because I am not American, does he have the right to tell them to get off his property? And are they supposed to get off on his request?
See, that's the thing. I don't know because every state is different. You feel me? And I don't know, but like that's just ridiculous. Like he didn't do anything wrong, nothing wrong at all.
The fence is on his property.
Right.
And
They
it's
could- they coulda checked
28
that.
years old.
Even if it was 100 years old, if you build a fence on my property and I destroy it, it's my fucking fence.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you ask me to come on my property?
You know what, too? You could check these things before you show up on their property trying to arrest him and cuff him. You could check to see whose fence that is.
Facts.
No. She probably said, a black man is distressed in my front yard. He broke my fence and he's threatening my life.
Right.
And they were, you see, he made mention of how fast they got there. You know, the neighbor said he's black.
Oh, 100%.
Because I had a guy, I was sitting in my kitchen. I had a neighbor walk out and I watched him walk across the street with a baseball bat and smash my van. I called the cops. They came an hour and a half later. I said I should have said he was black. But I was afraid I might get arrested for false pretense because he isn't. You see? But if I had said he was black, there would have been 6 cars there in 3 minutes.
Pretty much. Good to see you, Mike. Thanks for popping in.
Sorry to say, but we don't want to sound repetitive, man. But like I said, we could fucking get material for decades.
The man had no fucking legs. He got his legs blown off in the war. Even still, you don't treat a veteran like that, a man who pretty much gave his life for the country.
I can't watch that again, but I would ask you to play it back to see if I hear "Stop Resisting."
I don't think so. I don't think they did. But
what's the reason
come
for
on
the
now.
cups?
Maybe he thought he was gonna, I don't know, attack
roll
them?
over their foot. Fuck.
Oh my God, bro. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like, what the fuck? Like, really? You really did this to a veteran? A veteran.
They
right?
don't give a fuck.
And
They treat all veterans like that.
sadly, that's
Pretty
how
much.
That's how the law is over there in Georgia, especially South Georgia. They don't care, bro.
He wasn't disobedient. No, at all. And he was, and I think
No, she said he was disobedient.
Oh, sorry. And to be honest with you, I think it's an investigation, right? So if the police come and it's an investigation, I'm not 100% sure they need a warrant, but I'm not sure if they don't either, right? Because they would still have to come onto his property. But again, it's an investigation. So does that trump the warrant? That's the
I don't know.
question I have. That's why I wish Danny was here.
Oh,
According
Danny
to
doesn't.
them,
Danny
not me.
probably saw
Yeah,
the material we're gonna use and decided not to show.
yeah.
Oh, he's putting the Marine one up. Oh no, I'm not on that show.
Unfortunately, police can come on your property without permission. Okay. Thanks, GJ. JG. Jesus.
But
what
is that
wrong
in every
with
state, JG, or is that in certain states? Because he seems to be under the pretense that he can tell them to get off his property, and he was shouting out some legal terms, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. But again, I think that comes on to with there being an investigation, right? Because if someone calls you about and the cops catch you and they're talking to you, they consider that being an investigation. So I don't know if they're allowed to come on your property when they're investigating you. That's what my question is. It's possible they can use that as a crutch, you know what I mean, and say
So
this and that, but
you're gonna arrest a man for a broken fence, but we watch witness to a man attack a UPS driver,
mm-hmm.
and I didn't see him get arrested till what, 3 or 4 days later?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So how does that fucking make sense?
Dude, we watched a fucking woman kill her fucking boyfriend, the OnlyFans girl, and go on vacation. You know what I mean? And then when the video came out that she was the aggressor, then she went to jail. Unfortunate, police can come on your property without the permission. Oh, you read that already. My bad. Okay.
Need police reform.
It's crazy. It's fucking crazy, man. And to treat people like that, like, let's just say, and I'm not even putting the black part about it, right? Just a person in general, like on a veteran in general. I think veterans get one of the rawest deals ever, right? If you come back from the war and you've like put your life on the line for that country, you should get anything you want. They should be fucking rolling out the red fucking carpet for you, right? Because not only do you have a chance to lose your life, let's say you don't, right? You come out of there, all your limbs intact, everything, but your mind's gonna be different. You know what I mean? PTSD. You know what I mean? Waking up at nighttime scared because you hear a fucking like some boom, right? And you get flashbacks to when you were in this war. It's crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And they get nothing. You know what I mean? Oh, you get back here. Thank you for serving your country. Here, go fend for yourself.
You know, many of them are homeless in the U.S. Well, I don't even
It's
know.
crazy.
Probably all over. Probably here too, yo.
Yeah, it's crazy. They shouldn't be homeless. 100%, they shouldn't be homeless. A veteran should not be homeless. They should not be struggling to eat food. They should not be doing that. You put your life on the line for your country. You should be getting perks and bro, you're crazy.
That's why I would say, you know, Memorial Day is a big farce. You want to pay all respects to all of these war veterans, but yet you treat them like shit. Again, all it does is make no fucking sense.
Makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Things are getting better, but like there's a lot of like you said, man. Like if you've enlisted in the military, and you like I said, you've gone to war, you've done all that, you should be taken care of. Not saying you don't got to pay for nothing, but people need to make sure, you have a place to stay. You have a steady job, your benefits, all that stuff. They need to make sure you're taking care of it. I mean, it's
at least
getting better.
medically. Take care of them medically, at least.
Yeah, it's getting better, but like there's still a ways to go. Still a ways to go. I mean, like you said, there's so many homeless people who used to be veterans and stuff. But yeah, man, it shouldn't be that way.
It's crazy.
Hey, any of our viewers in Florida?
I don't know.
Are you guys having a hurricane up there?
We had one last week. It turned into a tropical storm. I don't know about another one.
Okay.
Let me see. It's possible. Let me see.
Hurricane Nicole? Was that the one last week?
Yeah, that was last week.
Okay.
Yeah. We was all right. It wasn't too bad.
I'm trying to find this video because Had another little topic. Okay, here. Could show a little bit of it. So let me ask you. I know I'm pretty sure LB might have, but we'll get into a little thing before we close it out real quick. You ever hear of swatting, Roberto?
Squatting?
Swatting. SWATTING.
No.
Okay. So this YouTuber was swatted 3 times.
What's
I'm
swatting?
gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Anybody in the chat, you guys know what swatting is? Hit the one. Let me know. But watch this shit.
Okay, what is swatted? I've heard the term, but what is it?
The SWAT team.
Yep, he's coming right now. I hear it. All right.
He was live while he was doing this.
Why do y'all do this? Why? Why do y'all do this to people, bro? Like, why do y'all do this, bro? Why the fuck?
It happened to him 3 fucking times.
I hear my friends outside already, like, being screamed at by cops, bro. Why do y'all do this, bro? Why do y'all do this, bro?
Who's he talking to?
Do this shit, bro.
He's live.
Like, why do y'all?
He's
fucking
streaming.
do this, bro.
You see the things up on the top here in the corner? He's streaming. He's live like we are now. He's live.
What is he doing? He called SWAT?
No.
Y'all really
Someone called the SWAT team.
Bro. You live the worst happens to you, like, bro. I hope you never amount to anything. Hope bad shit happens to you all your whole life, bro. Look at me, bro. This is like not. I hear helicopters, bro. Like, this shit is fucking weird, bro. Yeah, you know why I live and shit. That shit is weird. And I gotta.
Oh, so random people are calling SWAT on his house.
Yes.
I hear walkie-talkies right now. Y'all are
yes.
lame as fuck, bro. I genuinely hope you guys fucking lose in life.
And this is the third time it happened to.
Happens to a lot of good streamers. Yes. This is why a lot of people on YouTube have a big problem with what they call doxing, right? So someone will find your information and put it out online.
Say I'm overreacting, bro. Bro, YouTube, bro. Fucking ban these kids, bro. I'm not ending stream. I'm having this shit all happen on camera, bro, so nothing happens to me.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Really got swatted in LA this time, too. Fuck out of here, bro. Y'all are weird. Snaggamo, shut up, bro. Don't yell.
So anyways, SWAT comes in. I don't know, because it's my first time watching this actual video. I seen it, but I don't know if they come in. Let me see.
I just want to know what is happening to the people that are calling the SWAT team. Like, are these people being held accountable for wasting people's time?
Yeah, because you could be held liable for calling 911 false pretense.
Absolutely. So let me tell you the first one. I'll see if I can find it here because I watched a documentary on it. Anyways, they were at one point a couple years ago, it was happening constantly. And one guy did it to a family, right? It was on a platform, like an internet platform. And he was having this back and forth with this guy. And he told the guy his information. He's like, yeah, man, send SWAT team. So the guy ended up sending SWAT to the information he got, but the guy gave him the wrong house. They went to the house and a man got killed.
Man.
And Dandelion said anonymous caller. That's right. But this guy, they knew who he was, right? He went to jail. I think he went to jail for 2 years, right? And then he came on a live stream, and it's funny because I see this guy on Twitter all the time. I think it's Keem, Keem or something like that. Ended up doing an interview with him, and the guy was just like, he didn't think it was his fault.
For calling SWAT and somebody dying, he thinks it's not his fault.
Yeah. You got to watch the documentary. I'll find it for you. I'll send you the link. I know I watched it on Netflix, and I couldn't believe it. That's the first time I heard about swatting. Then a few days ago, I seen this come up where this guy was swatted like 3 times, and I'm like, yo, people are fucking bananas, bro. You
Yep.
can literally have someone killed by doing some bullshit like that. And if you like, we're on Twitter, me and I'll be on Twitter, so we know there's a lot of people out there talking about they're gonna dox you. I'm gonna dox you. I'm gonna put all your information out there, and they do things like that so that this type of shit can happen to you.
What's docs? I see, like, just when I thought I caught up, I'm falling behind again. Swatting,
doxing means to get your information, your name, your address, where you live, and everything, and put it out.
Some guy just said, I'm going to call that doxing, and everybody just followed it. I don't understand. Where does the terminology come from? Doxing.
There is a term. It's shit. I can't remember where it's coming from, but it's basically like you're sending out people's documents or something like that, right?
Is it true? I heard Twitter might shut down.
No.
Fuck, it would be nice if it did. I don't understand that fucking shit, yo.
You know what? To be honest with you,
I just hear pure negative. I hear pure negative about Twitter.
Twitter is toxic as fuck. It is toxic as I thought Facebook was bad. Twitter is 10 times toxic than Facebook. 10 times more. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. You know what I mean? And that's where a lot of that, doxing and giving out people's information, that's where it comes from. You know what I mean? And people give out your address. It happened to my sister, Carla. Right? He said, if we're lucky, Roberto. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But it happened to my sister, right? She follows. Oh my God, I gotta get it right because every time I say it, it's wrong.
Thanks, Dandelion.
For what?
Doxing is short for dropping docs.
Yeah, exactly. For dropping documentation. Okay, so my sister is a part of. Hold on. NFAC. You know what that is, LB?
No.
Motherfucking.
Okay. It's pretty much like maybe the modern day Black Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So she follows them and she's a big member. And they have one of their leaders. His name is Grandmaster something. And he's going to jail for 7 years. He was actually the ones that like spearheaded the Breonna Taylor stuff, you know what I mean? And supposedly they were doing a march and like there was all kinds of cops all over the place. And supposedly he used a flashlight. Now, this is what they say, used a flashlight, pointed the flashlight at the cop. They said it was a gun, whatever. They put him in jail for 7 years. But because she's in that Black coalition type of thing, I guess someone that didn't like her found out all her information and threw it out on the internet.
Man, people trash, bro.
You know what I mean? Like really and truly, like, and then you want to fucking. And how do you feel? Like you send SWAT to someone's house thinking, yeah, I'm gonna screw this guy, I'm gonna send SWAT, and then he dies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. People horrible, man. Need some better things to do with their life.
Oh my
Facts.
God. Oh
100%.
Give them some Tide Pods.
Bro, they need poom poom. I'm sorry. That's what it is. These guys are out here and they haven't fucking busted nut probably ever.
Because their palms are all hairy.
You know what I mean?
You know?
And just hating on people. Listen, we do YouTube. There's people that's going to hate you. There's people that's going to like you. But if you don't like somebody, to want to see their downfall or to want to send all kinds of shit, maybe have them killed.
That seems to be the end thing, Nzo.
Hey, man, it's a lot of that shit going on, man.
The dirtier, the nastier, the better.
It's a mental health crisis, bro.
Yep.
Yeah,
not enough beds in the world.
And the fact that you're hidden behind a screen,
you
feel like you could do whatever you please.
You know what I mean? and talk the way you want to talk and be
Yep.
fucking, keyboard warriors, and then when it comes to face, you ain't about it. You
Yep.
know, this
Some guy 90
internet,
pounds wet.
you know what I
Right.
mean? This
Right.
internet gave people a lot of fucking false confidence, bro.
Yep.
False confidence, because there's a lot of people out there, especially these guys, they hide behind that little avatar. You'll never see any information about where they live or anything, just a little avatar, whatever it is. If they like fucking Dragon Ball Z, you'll see a Dragon Ball Z avatar. You'll never see their face, you'll never know anything about them, and they have the most mouth because
Yep.
they know they can't find you can't find them.
Exactly.
Don't put that shit on women. We don't want to get with those crazies. Yeah, I know you don't. I know this. Whatever. I don't remember putting it on women though. Did Roberto put it on women?
Nope.
Roberto?
No.
I must have said something I don't remember.
Maybe.
But at the end of the day, like, we as people, we got to do better, man, because you never know what is going to happen, man. And I'm going to link you guys to that documentary so you can check it out, because it was fucked up. And the guy that died, I believe it was like a Latino man, had nothing to do with it. He opened up his door and just got railed with bullets because someone thought it was cool to SWAT. Fucking YouTubers, bro. You know what I mean? Fucking.
So this is a
YouTubers.
YouTube thing or a Twitter thing?
YouTube
Or
and
both?
Twitter. Both. Yeah. People just find out your information and they're bad-minded people and want to do bad-minded things.
So are these people with like huge followings that they're going after? Like who are they targeting? Anyone?
I think these YouTubers had huge followings, but it wouldn't matter. If they don't like you, they don't like you, and they'll do both. You'll get the wrong person, you know what I mean? And that wrong person will be there just to fucking destroy you, right? I know LB gets a lot of fucking bullshit comments in there, right? But you never know. One of those guys might be fucking praying for his downfall.
Hey, as I've said many times, bruh. If you want to pull up on me, bruh, just be known. I live in a stand your ground state.
yeah, facts, 100%.
So, whatever happens to you, happens.
100%. And we, you know what I mean? We've lived in, like, the ghetto, the hood, whatever you want to call it. So when someone starts to step to you funny, we ain't like, hey, what's this? No, you got your hands in a position ready to fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you're getting a little bit too close there, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So,
like I'm a grown man, bro. Like, I'm not fighting, bro. So it is what it is. If anybody wants to pull up on me, do some YouTube stuff, what happens is your fault.
Facts. I'm right there with you. I ain't fucking fighting either, man. Like, you know what I mean? What am I gonna do? Fight? No. Step up and
man, there's some weird people. It ain't like I'm on this thing talking extra tough, bro. I'm just talking to my regular self. I'm not being disrespectful to anybody. Like, what I say gets you that angry, bro. You got problems.
Check yourself. That's exactly what you got to do. You got to check
me.
yourself. Yeah, facts, 100%. But with that being said, guys, it was a great show. We will close it up for the night. It was fun. LB, thank you for popping up. Shout out your channel real quick.
Appreciate y'all having me on. A good time as always, people. Everyone listening, support black content. My channel's called The Lonely Banter. I just did a Black Panther Wakanda Forever review. Yep, I actually saw the movie. So if you want to see a review of someone that watched the movie, there you go.
Absolutely, 100%. Because there's a lot of people doing reviews that didn't see the movie, and I'm like,
I'm noticing that.
It's clear as day, bro. It's clear as day.
Yeah. I watched,
and all they're doing is talking shit.
Roberto, I watched a panel with 6 white guys, and they were like, "Hey, I can't believe they so and so did this." I won't tell you because you didn't see it. And I was like, "Motherfucker, you didn't even watch the movie because that did not happen." You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, that didn't happen. Yeah, bro. It was ridiculous, man.
But I can almost imagine that if I see anybody that is not black talking about this movie, it won't be something good. I just, it's just the time we live in, man. Yeah. It's the times we live in, because from what I've seen, just random looking, if I see, like, I go on YouTube and I just start scrolling and I see something, I say, oh, I wonder what they're saying. I know what they're gonna say. It's never
You know
good.
what's funny? Now that I'm thinking about it, right? Like people that I talk to, you know, white people that we talk to are not black. They've liked it, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure. Jeremy Johns.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
liked it. He
Well,
liked it.
He's an actual
Andy Line
reviewer.
liked it.
That's what he does for his career. He's an actual critic.
Yeah. I know. I was talking about just YouTubers in general and whatever. You know what I mean? And he's the only one I could have come up with. I don't remember seeing anyone that, you know what I mean, that liked it. That wasn't us.
Because people are looking more for the negative in it than the positive.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
if you're talking
Dandelion.
positive,
I meant
you had to have
YouTubers,
liked
though.
it.
I meant YouTubers, though, Dandelion. I know you liked it. Yeah, and I'm 100%. I thought you would like it anyways, right?
But if you're a
I'm
movie
talking about
critic, you
YouTubers.
can't be biased. You have to call it for what it is.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what he did, right? He called it for what it is. But I'm talking about YouTubers that are not us. Rob liked it.
And
So I
from what
guess I
you're
can say
telling me,
that.
some of us even don't like it.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
I think a lot of the people that don't like it is because they wanted a recast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's clear. Even when we had the discussion the other night, and Chillmonk's like, "Oh yeah, I went into this thing on purpose. I knew I wasn't going to like it because I wanted to recast." It's just like, so why are you reviewing it if you knew for a fact you wasn't going to like it? Because you don't want to like it.
Yeah, you went in with a bias. You know what I mean? And I can tell you this too before we go. I was in there and I'm like, yeah, this movie's probably not gonna be good. You know, Donnie asked me like 3 times, "You excited to see it?" No, not really. But when I left there satisfied. I was like, yeah, this was pretty good. This shit was good. It was lit. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, like if a movie is good and you're going out of your way not to like it, then yeah, that's you, bro. Like
Yeah.
you're hating.
Yeah. Facts. 100%. 100%. I am Bigger Ford Entertainment. Thank you guys. Tomorrow night we will be doing the best WWE. Well, I think I think it's just wrestling. Tag team of all time. You know what? That's not a bad choice. Well, we got Legion of Doom. We got Legion of Doom, Demolition. You know, so there's a lot of good tag teams in there. Yeah. Rock and Sock.
I'll probably have to go with when I was watching, because like Heart Foundation, when I started watching, like they was breaking up, like late 80s. Like Bret Hart just started to get into the solo thing. So I'd have to go with somebody I was watching on a regular.
If you're free and you want to come on, you're more than welcome to.
And I don't know, bro. Like last time I went to y'all wrestling thing, y'all were making me mad, bro.
Hey, I'm pretty sure this one will too. Hands down.
Hey,
there's always some bullshit in those tournaments, man.
Bro, I don't get mad about many things, bro, but y'all were making me mad about this wrestling talk, bro.
I don't blame you at all. But like I said, guys, we're closing it up. Thank you for popping in. I do appreciate everybody that came and checked out the show. And
respect everybody.
Facts. And we will see you on the next one.
Peace.
Safe and sound.